Welcome here, everyone. We're excited to be underway with our
Woo!
semifinals for the Valorant side of things here with CIE 2025, our last official title for all the tournaments here. I'm very excited. My name is Orbital. With me is Z-Lion, and we will be your casters for tonight's matchup. Z-Lion, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello, everybody. And yes, today is going to be our semi-finals for Valorant. And tomorrow we're going to finish up with the finals. But, this is going to be quite the interesting series. We haven't seen these teams on just yet on the stream. And it's going to be UBC Black versus the Western main team in the semi-final series of BO3.
Yeah, that one's going to be a fun one. And on the other side, just to give you a little bit of a reminder of what is currently being played, SFU Crimson, of course, beat out Norquest Heroes to go on to the semifinals. Warriors Gold that we just watched beat Swoosh are going to be facing off against them, and that one will be played out off stream. So we'll be getting eyes on who will be going in that first place matchup. And of course, I'll be very interested. But I'm excited as I believe we do go ahead and take a look at the teams. UBC Black will be going ahead and heading up their own. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. Actually, no, the maps is really what we're looking at, as we got Lotus, Sunset, and Split. All of these are interesting. I like Lotus, don't like Sunset, couldn't care less about Split.
Really, I love me a good sunset map. I think as well for observers. Observers do like to observe that sunset. I'm here for you, Matt. Okay, I got you. And Split is always classic, but I still love Split. As long as there's no Ascent or Haven, I feel like we see these time and time again because it's always those two classic maps that always get played. I'm happy. Okay, I want some more variety in the map pool, and I'm definitely seeing that tonight.
Such a normie right there, just being like, yeah, we like the Sunset and the Split. Like, come on, you don't like the 3-site maps? You don't like the 3 sites? Like, I love the 3 sites. I guess I'm a weirdo on that one. I love it. But Lotus is, of course, going to be up there. We are going to take a look at the players now on your team. We got Day, Justin, Shakal, Aether, as well as Anaki, all 5. Wow, I can count. All 5 of these players are rounding out here. Hopefully they're having a good time considering their opening matches. I believe from yesterday where they did the stage play, didn't exactly instill confidence in us.
But for UBC Black, they did win against University of Alberta Esports Association Green 13-6 on their last matchup for the top 8. So they're definitely coming in with a little bit more confidence, a little bit more, wind underneath their sails. And on the other side, they're going to go against Western main team. And let's take a look at that roster real quick and see who's going to be catching up to them. For Western, it's going to be, we got GGG on the initiator. We also got Toss and Tats, as well as Arab, Doggo, and Fivers as well.
Fivers, I like that. It's going to be a treat, I think, at the end of the day. And again, we are moving to a best of 3 situation. As you obviously saw, the opening matches were, of course, just simple BO1s. So I think that's a big test. For you and I, we're sitting here going, okay, what exactly are we going to be watching for? Who are we going to see step up? And of course, with that in mind, who is going to take 2 maps instead of just 1? Of course, all of our eyes are drawn to the first map of Lotus. Another thing to think about right now, we have gotten where the UBC Black are pretty much consistently on the attacking side to start. So that to me is going to be an interesting factor. No matter what, every map they start, they'll be on attack. And for Western, they'll be on the defense, which may or may not play a little bit of factoring into what their comps look like.
And going into the game right now, in the first map of Lotus, we're taking a look at what are the agents are going to be secured. With the Taehill nerfs, I'm not expecting a Taehill for Initiator, but the Vice pick from both teams is pretty certain. Vice has been a very, very consistently play, Sentinel. I do think there's a lot of potential, especially with that wall kind of separating the entries is going to be really useful for our defense.
I'd also say, if we're taking a look at Vice, just the ability to lock down sight. You're talking about the fact that KJ used to be that position, right? I love the fact that you can hold off an entire site with not only the wall, but a lot of the blinds. The ult as well, the Steel Garden is brutal to deal with, but taking a look at the rest of the agents besides the Vice, we do have a Yoru on the side for Justin, which will be very fun. It's a double duelist in that pocket with the Omen as well as that Sky. So all of these kind of come together. On the flip, though, we got a twist of its own as we are diving into map number 1. Love it or hate it, it's going to be a treat at the end of the day. So, of course, if you're a fan of either side, please go ahead and say so in chat because we are more than excited to see who comes away with a victory.
Defense side first. Take a look at where top stack's gonna get set up. Usually that C setup is pretty classic. And what's really great about Vice too is it's kind of like Cypher where it has the ability to kind of be a little bit more mobile. You can set up your stuff there, you can just kind of leave after and play off another site, or you can go for those lurk picks as well or fast flank. So definitely looking forward to that. Again, set up towards C and looking like a lean towards C side too, as you have the ISO as well as Omen laying and lurk on site as well as on that waterfall side.
Retrieving flash.
Let's see if they can make some magic happen in their own. First round, starting out here, Tob. Stack saying, let's go ahead and play out just a wee bit. It is a lean though. You can go ahead and see a majority share of UBC Black leaning over towards this mound, which is a standard of Haven. Or not Haven, of Lotus, as I always like to say. But Day going ahead and finding pick number 1. Stacks though, not really wanting to do much more with that one. Great first pick for UBC Black.
Yeah, and that's going to slow down the push. It's another kill. A raw, beautiful pick onto Shakal. And again, they're going to kind of regress towards the C side, go for a little bit more of a re-hit. No bombs going out, and the blind, the paranoia is good. The wall's going to get proc. The right click, Toxic gets one. Looking for another, gets a second one. Beautiful right clicks going through, and 2 people left alive on UBC Black side. They're going to have to kind of re-evaluate their strategy right now.
I mean, that was a great pickup. Again, 4 stacks really clean on that takedown. It was the top one, of course. Aether doing the exact same as Arav. Can't really do much. Around the corner, will be a pace as Day is actually poked out. Said, hey, I'm already spotted. And another one is GG. There's a bit of a GG in there. Twist right click for Sal, though, as GG finishes it off. And that is a dub for Western.
Beautiful opening picks there earlier, but also the Vice wall to kind of cut off that take, isolate those fights, and with the ability to just, stay outside, having the wall to push down any kind of follow-ups, and getting the other 2 picks onto the C side, which gets that numbers to 4v2, was really well done by Western.
I do hope to see a little bit more from them as well. I mean, that right click was beautiful by GG, but it's a little bit of that luck performance at the end of the day. For Western, you want to have convincing wins, especially on your defensive. If you can show off your own defensive style, hey, you can go ahead and kind of crush this game down. For UBC Black, it's a round that you're like, okay, you can toss to the wayside. It's not the end of the world, but it kind of stings, right? You had a chance and then you lost 2, and kind of that util out. So this time around, moving into the second round, you're hoping for a bit better luck.
Yeah, but Western are gonna buy up that Outlaw. Really, really good gun to go for a bonus as well, but it's going to be a default actually. And they're kind of regressing towards C-side. Beautiful opening pick by Doggo, and some get out with some backup fire from Arad to get the second pick as well.
You need that first contact, especially with guns in hand. You are very, very comfortable in this status. I think just about anyone that plays within the competitive scene knows that the first 2 picks are crucial to a good start. And, give yourself a little bit better chance. Around the corner, though, it is another little question mark, because you've gotten 2. But for Western, you want a bit more. In the same fashion, UBC Black, how are they going to kind of make use of this one? As we see the collapse in on the right side, you're seeing this main currently held, and that's a spray. Stack and Pivers. Both of them close things out flawless, right?
And that was basically the best case scenario for Western there. They bought up and they're now able to bring, a bonus with, an Outlaw. You have your Phantom already. That was forced up from last round, as well as a couple of Stingers, Stinger, Bulldog, and now it's going to be the buy run for UBC Black here, as let's see how much value is actually going to be found by the Outlaw. Outlaw is such a good gun to go into this third round.
Yeah, this is... I know we talk up the Outlaw, but at the same time, there's always some kind of question marks. As I think we do have a little bit of a tech pause. We're going to go ahead and hang out for a little bit. I like the fact that you brought up the Outlaw a little bit more so, though, in the fact that we do get to see some Vandals rocking out here. We do get to see some of that early push coming in, and this is the expected course from UBC Black. They're a team that kind of got shredded in the earlier, but this is their round. You had 2 rounds to give over. Now you take the third, and then you push to the 4th, and you say, hey, maybe we go 2-2, maybe we go 3-1. Who knows? But you need this third round if you want to kind of keep the status quo.
And on the other hand, Western are looking to convert this bonus round into a W, free upgrades, and definitely looking to play a little bit more aggressive. Pivers picking up the C long angle. It was going to flash on and get pushed off too with that TP. Justin lying in wait, but it's going to be Pivers come out on top with that opening pick.
It's a comfortable one as well. That Bulldog ripping them through. This is a great look from Western. We were, you know, UBC made some magic happen in the earlier stages in that quarterfinals, in that round of 8. And they're hoping to do so here as well, but this is a great stop. Western really showing up here. They came into this as the 3rd seed, I believe, from the group stage. Day saying, okay, I found 1 or 2. Again, that Trailblazer, what more can you get? Wolf goes out, so does the bot. And they're slowing time down once again for the side of UBC Black. They're winding time down without too much in hand. Now they're going to go with the blind. Bird goes out. Araz forced to step back. Are you going to have enough, though, as you called out this gun, though? The rifle in hand, the sniper can do work, but Day shoots them first instead, and we're down to a 4v4.
Yeah, but with the time ticking down, 30 seconds on the clock, they're gonna have to choose which side to pick, and it's looking like a B push there, pivoting over. You got that late look towards that main side, but it's gonna be the Thorns to keep them back. But Doggo, Ling, and Wei knows exactly where they are and gonna take down those Thorns. As now 44 in action, but Day, Ling and Wade is going to miss the shots, but gets one, looking for a second, and doesn't know. Does he know there's someone there? Is the backup there for help? But Doggo gets one, and GG as well. Free pickups on those Vandals, and it's going to be a 3v2. UBC Black are dwindling in numbers.
That was a really nice crossfire denial as well for Western. They're playing this as methodical as you can. But now you got to go ahead and get the defusal going. Someone has to go into the smoke, and they are. Everyone hears that noise, but can you actually peek? Chakal could not. Doggo with the rush, and they're going to sprint out of the smoke. Doggo with a peek for a third. Very, very clean for Western.
Beautiful, beautiful round for Western. I do think UBC Black took a little too long deciding where they wanted to head, which gave Western the opportunity to rotate over and cover their entry points and exit points accordingly. And now that is going to be so detrimental for UBC Black. Their economy is not looking hot at all.
It hurts to see. You know, I called out the fact that in this round, in this third, you really need that victory. But the fact that Western were able to take it so cleanly has me a little worried for the next. This 4th round, leaning into a lot of econ. Western not really worried. Good shell out though. Arav keeping themselves very, very healthy. But this is a rush from UBC Black. They're saying, hey, we don't really have much else to play with. We just have to push. We don't have a choice. 4 currently flexed over here. Arav already around the corner. Arav says hello. And that's a clean take of 3, as now it's Chakal in the squad going, I mean, the squad's down to 1. I don't know what else to say.
They know their positioning. They know someone's B main. They know it's going to be one of those lurkers, and it's going to be Day by themselves towards A main, just trying to isolate one of those fights and find something, if anything. But with a sheriff in hand, are you able to find the contact? The amount of picks that you can, with so many people look towards them, vulnerables going through, and no, it's going to be pivots to get Day off, and the Doggo as well, getting the final pick, flawless. Good for Western. What an amazing 4 round ahead, and I don't know. UBC Black are just really struggling to find their footing right now.
Yeah, I think a big part about that one is just the gunfights look rough. And granted, they've only have 1 true gun round so far. This one will be a little bit different. They'll actually be able to hang on to all their guns. If we could go ahead and see that scoreboard up on us. There we go. This is what I like to see. Full guns out. They do have an ult in their pocket if they wish to use the Seekers. So you can make magic happen. Is it going to happen? No idea. Quite honestly, this is what I feel like the true gun round of this map.
Nightfall looking like they want to proc that Nightfall for that A push. It's going to be the smokes coming through. Pivers from a close angle. But Nightfall proc so they can't hear anything. But Pivers stuck in this corner is not able to find anything as Day ends up getting the pick. But GGG is keeping this site alive. Seekers come through, spot him out, gets one, looking for a second. Oh my god! GGG living for so long, and Doggo lying in wait to cut the trade. But no, it's going to be a rob to get to 1-2. But with the spike being down, can Chakal win this through? This crossfire trying to isolate those ones, but with the Vandal, what's he gonna do? Has a flash through, maybe trying to re-aggress towards that stair side as 2 players left alive, and Chakal in this 1v2.
I mean, it's a slow walk. You got 40 seconds. You can make some magic happen. Angles are currently being held. Arav ready on the 3, 2, 1. Who wins it out? That's Chakal.
30 seconds left.
Stacks. Just saying, hey, I can
Not
bait them out
ready
for a
yet.
little bit longer. I can make this happen.
Not ready
Call
yet.
though, with almost no util in hand,
Oh.
already used that blind and out. There you go. Stacks was ready.
Oh.
But honestly, Shakal made that so close.
That was a very, very valiant effort on Shakal's side, but again, looking at that scoreboard, the buys are not looking hot at all. That was, as you said, last round, that was such a pivotal gun round for the side of UBC Black, and the fact that they lost that was a little bit unfortunate. But then again, going to this next round, they're going to be looking to get maybe Hero Vandal. Shakal still with that Vandal up, and 3 also available for the side of Western. You got the Showstopper, you also got the kill contract as well, the Omen all for some information. So they're just looking to maybe full sack it towards C, as yeah, looking at that regress towards C side and potentially just take the site as fast as possible.
I mean, if they can. I mean, that's the call down, right? They don't really have a gun, so they're just going to try and hard press this in as hard as possible, and Stacks may or may not be ready for it. Ivers, though, was ready with the shot. Brings out against Justin across the box, but Stacks 2 are watching. Great snipe number 1. Looking for a head of 2. Trying to find it, but Ivers is there to help out, getting the refresh on the double tap. And now it's all hands on deck. 3v1. Aether was able to pick up a gun, but he looked the wrong way. Doggo cleans that out, and it's a clean 6 for the side of Western.
I mean, if you were UBC Black, what would you change up in their attack plan? Because it's right now, it's really not looking too good for them. They do have 3 ults available. They got that the Seal Garden as well as, you know, the Showstopper. But this next round is going to be really pivotal.
You know, that's a tough question. They're losing on too many fronts. They don't really have great smokes to go all the way in. If you're talking about smokes, you got the right. But other than that, it's going in blind, so it's giving a lot of opportunity to the other side, to Western, to actually close it down. So it straight up comes down to a gun run. Don't have anything else to play for, and it's just scary to think about. So honestly, I have no other words except you just kind of got to get good, and Western are not allowing them to do so. They're able to make a mix, but Rob with a shell out brings the util frag with a paint shell.
But that's going to leave A little bit vulnerable, as the rest of the team, Naki, leading with the Omen, going to push that towards the A side. They know that the wall is there, and they just need to play off this wall right now, as the rest of the team, they're trying to go for that A push. The trip on the wall is going to call for that rotate towards A. But are they going to be on time? Justin with the bomb. They do have space, but on the 3v4 front with already defenders ready to retake this site, it's going to be really tough. Showstopper build for Naki as well, as the bomb's going to go down.
Plan goes away. Naki looks up. Here's some brings out Justin with a great shot, but only trades 1 for 1. Naki off the rope. Great clothesline on the attack for one. A Showstopper. Naki wins it out. Showstopper v Showstopper brings the first for UBC Black in a clash of ultimates.
Oh my god, we almost saw a ninja horde there, you know, the double rocket and the double rocket coming through simultaneously, but it's gonna be Naki to come out on top. Beautiful take, but also the aggressive take towards that CT side, playing backside, you know, to try to get as many early fights as they can before the rest of the defenders are able to group up. And what an amazing round for them. That's gonna be the first one for UBC Black, but again, Western Esports, they still got 5 rounds underneath their belt, so they're still feeling real comfortable going to round 8.
Cutting through.
You are more than happy with just kind of rocking it out. But Justin, now with that dimensional drift, giving a lot of information over, forcing Arav out, already making waves into the C site, and Stacks was nowhere near. Stacks has been consistently between that B and A, and around that C as well, but this time couldn't hold it down. But Aether laying down that plant, shots ringing out, Stacks not really finding anything. But now comes that retake. As we mentioned before, we've seen Western do work, but there's a Steel Garden. Nice little jump, but can't jump away from that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be the paranoia to push them off, and it's so hard. The rest of the team trying to reposition, refight. Lobster, GG get their own. GG gets a second. 2v4. The defenders are picking apart that attack. And it's gonna be the wall to come through. The defuse is going down. There's no more time, and it's going to be a defender winning another round. 3K for Tobbs Tats there. Beautiful round for Western.
I just wasn't expecting that one. They lost they lost one on the open, thanks to Justin's really good dimensional drift, giving a lot of information, but afterwards, you sent out that Steel Garden in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, granted, you had to take a chance there, but the back end of CT was so open, that connector was perfectly run. And we're seeing Western, the squad that obviously we knew was going to be strong, really showing us how it's done. So for UBC Black, back to the drawing board, you got the bargain bin buy.
But, you know, going into this next round again, they have more possibilities, but no, Aether opening rounds, Rob and GGG gets a second, looking for a third. Can he find a fourth? Lines are through, pushing through the rebel side, trying to find something, but the bomb is also down. All of a sudden, within 20 seconds into this round, it's already a 1v4 situation with the Stinger. Shakal doesn't get spotted up by the Prowler. But with 3 people lying in wait, can he find something? Finds one, but it's a double P with GG. With that 4th kill, defenders again. Western pulled through with a 7-round lead.
Z-Lion, were you expecting this at all? Like, I was not. I was expecting a little bit harder round, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting like a bit more coming from UBC Black to not sound a little bit cynical, because UBC Black did go 13-6 against their previous opponents, you know, UABESA, you know, University of Alberta. So I was expecting a little more of a fight. But then again, you know, the next half can be anyone's round. A comeback could be in play. But with next round, it's going to be the full gun, and they also have a bunch of balls to work with. So I am expecting UBC Black to fight with gritted teeth for this round right here.
I mean, that's the crazy thing as well. This is out of this world. UBC Black coming in here as the underdogs, was showing off, beating out the 2nd seed, I believe. So it's a hard one. Doggo, though, ready to show that Western are going to continue their reign of runs. As you can see, Shakal going, I don't know if I want this. Go ahead, after popping that around, and you are blinded. No way out. Pivers gets first blood.
Oh my god, they smell blood in the water and they're just going for it. And that's going to be so much control being put in the hands of Western right now. They have the space. They know that they have numbers right now too. With the wall being tripped, it's going to be that seed take as they're struggling to try to get that bomb down. But with 5 people left on defense, can they win this on that post-plant portion of round 10?
Do it, GGG's stepping up here.
Nightfall.
It's gonna be extended, which is an obvious choice. And now you can clean everyone out, plus the kill contract. Yeah, run it all. See what happens here. And Pivers was ready with the Odin. One of the most brutal kill contracts I've seen in ages. And that's gonna be a rock to walk through Aether. Day makes it nice, but you are responded with that wall. There's nothing else you can do. Pivers with a 3rd. Western, the main team, rocking it here in the semis.
Oh my god, Orbo, that was kind of overkill. Don't you think that was a little bit of overkill? You got the Nightfall?
That was the right amount to be used. Listen, there's a statement to be made watching 2 ults be expended like that.
I mean, it's not even a statement, it's just a mentality. If I was on UBC Black, you know, my mentality would not be the best right now, and I think they need to kind of regroup a little bit, maybe decide, do something different, because everything that they're trying right now has not really been working. It's gonna be that full save round for them right now, as you know, only got some pistols, but Doggo lying in wait gets one, looking for a 2nd, does find the 2nd, but doesn't find the 3rd, but with Ivers there, provides some backup fire. It's gonna be 3 down, looking for a 2nd, does find the 2nd, and 1v3. Day is by himself with the Spectre, does have Seekers, but no, it's a Rob to clear him through as defenders Western are up 9 against UBC Black.
Round in the half.
And this is where you're kind of going, okay, we got this in the bag, right? Like, we've seen comebacks before. You and I have watched teams be able to run it back, you know, 11, 12 rounds in a row. It's not impossible. It's highly unlikely, though. That is like a 0.01% chance of happening. It is.
I was gonna say, I was like, Prod, can we run the stats real quick?
Like, here's the deal. I will call it because it's true. There is always a way to come back from even like a 12-0. There is a way. How unlikely is that? Extremely, and that's what we're watching here right now. Western are showing up. That's a showstopper. Rob ready with the shot, misses, but teammate is there to help out. Shakal, though, answers back as Pivers is gone. Rob gets back to safety with 33 HP, but Stax was ready with stacks of kills. Brings the pain over on the A side.
I've got your train.
Oh my god, how is this guy still alive? And it's gonna be the secret to try to spot them out, but GGG lying away. Naki, beautiful pick out to GG to open up that B side plant. But are they aware? Doggo knows what they are. It's Stax. Stax gets one, but the beautiful trade to come through 2v2. It's going to become down to this, but do they know? Day lying in wait does get the kill onto Doggo, but do they know where Arav is? 33 health left on that bar. Can he close this out? What was that? Looking through, but it's a high-low with Day getting that third kill. Beautiful. And is this the beginning of a story of ages? A retake as well as a comeback. You know, is this possible, Orbital? Do you believe? Do you believe in the dream?
No, absolutely I don't. Listen, I posited it as like a question. I didn't really want to receive a different answer. Like this is, it's really, really well done by Western. Their defense looked immaculate through the rounds that they won. I mean, it's a 6 round straight into 4 rounds. You can chalk up those 2 rounds as just, hey, we got a little bit too, I want to say aggressive. They got a little bit too antsy, and yeah, they step out of line. But that's okay. You only gave up 2. You had so many more chances to only get 3 rounds. And it starts here with this pistol as we swap sides.
Pistol is so important. UBC Black has to do something here, try to win this pistol as much as possible. With aggressive push coming through for UBC. They got a lot of information towards that A side. They know they're not A, so it's going to be a seed. Come in, but no Shakal. Opening pick onto Stacks. Beautiful to kind of thin out their numbers for this retake.
All right, now it's a long ball play, by the way. This is one of the longest rotations that we've seen. Day, though, with a great snap, even screws out the double tap. Rob was able to come back with 2-piece, but it's down to a 2v3. Spike is going to be planted, so it is a 3-man retake attempt. GGG, though, finds an opportunity, right-click in the back of Justin. Down to a 2v2. This is an opportunity, right walking, as Aiden finds Doggo. And now it's down to GGG, and GGG says GG, as they got to reload, come around the side. HP bars are a little bit low, though, so GGG can find the right marks. You can find the body sees one pick in the second. Aether closes it out.
A beautiful try from GG, but the fact that UBC Black, this is the beginning. This pistol is so ever important. As second round going through for the second half, you're able to buy up and potentially try to snowball a couple rounds in your favor and kind of thin that gap a little bit more. But again, looking at these buys, this is going to have to be a buy for UBC Black on the defense. I saw the Outlaw. I wanted the Outlaw. Yes, Aether, keep on that Outlaw. Outlaw, such a great gun. I will always be an Outlaw Glazer. I do not care. I don't know what you think, and I don't care. Okay, I love me an Outlaw, right?
I will absolutely hate you for that. At the same time, I gotta agree. I am a sniper fan through and through, so I can't hate it, right? At the end of the day, I can't. What I'm always interested in is the divergence of econ, right? We see a lot of these objectives really laid out at the early stages as this round. The second round is going the way that we expected. UBC Black, of course, with the guns in hand very comfortably, making the way forward. And this is that round that they should win. Honestly, I should say, with the Bulldog, with the Outlaw, with the, I believe it was Spectre in hand. Comfortable job. Now it comes to the third, though, that UBC actually messed up before, that we want to see Western be able to kind of overcome here.
Western now with that buy round, they're gonna go for those full rifles, and UBC Black trying to convert this bonus into a win, and it's gonna thin out again that gap a little bit more. But looking at the kind of how UBC Black is playing right now, they're playing more together, and I do think the util combination has been a lot better than that previous half that we saw. I'm definitely looking for that to be replicated in this half, you know, a little bit more of that teamwork, but it's going to be that opening pick with the nade by Naki as UBC opens that round up. Sting Spectres in hand, but it's Naki again with the backup, with the Bulldog, gets a second pick, and the 3v5 inbound already. So close, but Arav gets the kill onto Day, as now Western are having to kind of reposition their attack here.
Wasn't expecting this one. Honestly, really well done by UBC Black, but can they keep it up? Sure they can, though. They have to play their advantage, plus a little bit of HP. Aether with a great blind hard spray coming out, and Rob can't really find anything. Has to be a mix-up, though, as GGG sends them to the grave. Same with Justin in the back. So it's a pickup of 2, and this brings it to a 2v2. Plant going down into the corner, which is appropriate with the wall up, but can we see UBC Black collapse improperly?
Do they know? Do they know about the person breakable? Slowly retake, but oh my god, beautiful shot by Shakal there in a 2v1 situation. GGG gets the one, and now it's a 1v1 Nightfall available ready for him. He's waiting for the tap. Shakal with the Guardian going for the tap, waiting it out. Prowler still available as well. Can try to go for half defuse, but it's gonna be the eye to spot him through. But oh my god, Shakal! Perfect timing, gets the kill onto GGG as UBC Black win this shocking round.
There's no way, right? There's no way, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, would I like to introduce you to something called a caster curse? And I believe Orbital has initiated the caster curse.
I really have. I really have. And we said at the beginning that this is one of the matches that might go the distance. We already said that at the beginning as well. We knew both the teams have kind of highs and lows, and we expected to be so. I just didn't expect it to be at this level, and I'm very curious to see if they're going to continue again as Western are in a low buy around. Stingers only, and I think last time with Spectres, it's going to be a rough purchase, and this should be a freebie, a layup even, for the side of UBC Black.
No, don't cast a curse it again, because I definitely have seen these rounds before. Aether opens up with onto Pivers. 4v5, the breakable, but it's Naki with the allo kill onto Ra. 3v4, and Doggo as well, trading it back and forth, but Stats can't screw it out. Is Doggo again, a Stinger Demon, and Shakal, a 1v3, but no, they close out the team ace. Everyone gets their ones, as UBC Black are now coming back. 4-round differential from the earlier 9. We are seeing progress here, and UBC Black are not letting this match go and not letting this map go without a fight.
I'm scared, Z-Lion. I am scared. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be the one that Western go back to. I was like, you lost us this. I'm gonna be so scared.
Hey, haters gonna hate, man. You're gonna get some haters as caster, you know. We have opinions, and sometimes our opinions are a little bit polarizing for the audience, but you know, that's what you have to expect from this line of work, you know?
That's a little bit too real. As Shakal realizes that their line of work puts them right in the middle of what looks to be a 4-man push. Quick little dump of util into that corner. Very nice call down of that smoke. And it is going to give the orb over to Arav, who now has a showstopper, which can be used to basically bunker bust their way into either of the sides. Doorway being piloted as GGG walks through, is going to trip this wall and say, okay, we got that out of the way. Good. We're cooking. We're making our way through. Is it going to be enough, though, as you only have a minute left to make their way in? Shakal, though, eating a body shot, losing all their armor, plus about 53 HP. But Danny says, GGG, you aren't going to have enough. Great snipe yet again. First blood for Day.
Beautiful site take and a beautiful space, but Shakal now left in a 1v3 situation on the C site. Does he know? No, he doesn't know that they've already made it through. He caught his pants down, but with the judge so far away, Rob has to slowly inch up, and the inching up is successful. Pick on the Shakal, and that is C. Push open, but look at Pivers. Look at this flank. Can he find more than one here? Finds one. Beautiful pick there. 3v4 is now Western Esports. We're getting reverse casters again.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking, Z-Lion. Eventually, it'll even itself out. Eventually, we'll get to a net neutral. No matter how many buildings are in the background, just like kind of burning away because of the fast roofs or anything. Showstopper coming out here. Fire and missed. It's a rough time around, but it's down to 3v2. Not going to try their best, but they can't do much as Pivers closes out this round in what feels like an eternity. After 4 rounds, the 5th of the half goes the way of Western.
They're definitely feeling it. They're not letting it. I mean, if you lost a 10-1 up, I If I were a coach, I would be like, guys, what are we doing? So I definitely am glad that Western won that last round, you know. But again, a lot of ults available here for UBC Black. They got Seekers, they got, you know, that Dimensional Rift, as well as the Showstopper, and you also got the Omen ult too, so they can still convert this over. But with the Showstopper available as well on the other side, you know, it could be a pretty deciding round this time around. Wall's not going to quite trip there. There we go. Rob gets that trip onto B side. It's going to bring a little bit more attention towards C side. And again, C push out, but the bomb is still parked in the spawn as they're just kind of testing their waters. Western Esports poking around to figure out where they really want to attack.
Honestly, I feel like they can go anywhere. The main thing is you just have to be ready for that large swath of ultimates to come through. Granted, for UBC Black, the Dimensional Drip plus the From the Shadows aren't exactly great, but it gives information as Naki sees and ties. Out goes Nightfall, but Naki shells and frags with the Judge plus pink shells. And Purple's 2 to the ground, but Doggo and Pippers were ready. Great flank angle. Justin is gone. Aether around the corner, though, watching that clone run straight into the wall.
It's you and me.
Seeker's getting so much information, but Day is snagged. And that's a rough one. Bring up the fans more. You're going to be there in time. And you are not. Well, actually, you are. Day with a beautiful shot, and the rest of the team closes out. That is going to be 7. These 7 for the side of UBC Black.
Okay, let's put our bets in right now, Orbo. Do you think it's going to overtime? Be real with me.
I'm sticking by my answer. I will go down with the sinking ship. That's what I'm talking about here.
Wow, I got a real hater here. Hey, I'm a believer, okay? UBC Black, I believe in the comeback, and the comeback will be real. Got the nades coming through, and they're gonna go for a push towards that A side. Beautiful flash, just gonna spawn a couple information through. It's gonna be a spray and pray, but Justin doesn't really quite connecting the shots through. Again, it's gonna be that save for Western here, as you can see Black paranoid to push them off from the angle, but oh, the shots are not clean enough. It's Day clears out a Rob, and it's the second one for Day, looking for a third, but no, Pivers clears it through with a beautiful shot of the Sheriff. And again, 3v4 all of a sudden.
I think in this position, you got to be wondering, like, what the heck went wrong? I mean, you're looking at the other side. It doesn't seem like they have a lot of smokes. They don't have a lot of details. I mean, Vice is doing work, don't get me wrong. But you're just like, how the heck did UBC Black pull this off? How are they winning a lot of these rounds? And why are they getting away with it? I think it has to be the question called. And Pivers specifically is going, guys, I was doing really, really well earlier in the first half. So right now, this one, it's taken with a grain of salt. You have to walk your way around it. You are going to round that corner right into Shakal's arms. And it's just a rough one to swallow. So at this point, go back to the drawing board. As you mentioned, not an amazing amount of weaponry applied. So this one is just going to be, how many kills can we get? Can we at least get one more off of UBC?
One enemy remaining.
And one more they do. Doggo gets that kill onto Justin as in UBC Black 3v1 situation. Shakal knows that there's one more person on site, but with some backup available, the bomb is going to get tapped, and Doggo's just trying to bait out some fights. But oh my god, the timing there on the head tap. Dog going for the plant. 9 seconds down, gets the plant down, but with just one shot to the body. Yeah, it's pretty much wrap as Shakal finishes through with the 3K as UBC Black get another win.
It's a good one. It's a very, very good one. And, you know, I did say that, you know, I'm sticking by my statement. I don't think we're going to go to OT. I still think
haters gonna hate, guys.
I'm not a hater. I'm just, again, I stick by what I said earlier. It is extremely difficult to come back from a 10-2 position. It is not easy. So if they do come back from that position, it is going to be by monumental efforts. And if they do, they should be commended for it.
Both sides do have that steel garden, so this could be quite a pivotal round, especially since it is a bye for both teams. You know, Western Esports, also UBC Black, they both got those full rifles on deck, and they're definitely looking to capitalize on that firepower as well. Fight going on towards that A main side, and it's going to be the paranoia is good as Naki gets the opening pick onto Doggo with his trades. A Rav onto Day and the Aether onto Ravens, back and forth trades, and Justin with that 3K all of a sudden again. 11-9, but they're not far behind as UBC Black narrowed that gap ever so slightly, one round at a time.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on.
They're just gonna hate.
I just, like, Shakal and Day have popped off. I don't know where they came from, but they have started to rock the show. And as a Sky, you don't normally do that. Day is just fragging out of their minds, and I'm extremely impressed. Shakal, as well with the slides, making sure to kind of trap everyone. And I look at the other side, Western just feel very, very rough on their attack. They just don't really seem to have that great impact. They have the smokes, they have the entry, but I mean, the gun rounds have just, or these gunfights have just been so lackluster comparatively from what we saw in the first half.
I do think UBC Blacker, they took like that half to warm up, and the warming up has worked out as they're able to, you know, get a couple more rounds in. Satchel's gonna come through to get a different angle, but Rob shoots him out of the sky as Naki goes down. Aether lying in wait, knows one person's there, and it's gonna be a kill onto Rob. Gets a beautiful trade. Shakal gets that opening information towards the main side, both the Steel Garden available. Sax pulls out the Steel Garden, but it's just not quite enough. Too little too late as the rest of the team just falls into the arms of UBC Black as they win it one more round. Haters gonna hate Orbital to hand 11. How do you feel?
I hate life. I hate everything. Why did you ask me to come on for CIE? Why are you making me out to be such a liar right now?
How does it feel to just get absolutely pop in the face with the analysis? But yeah, that's gonna be a timeout in play on the side of Western Esports, and that timeout is definitely gonna be real important. I think what has really been kind of like going really well for UBC Black again is that Shakal and Day, the Shaq and Kobe, you know, duo. They're getting their opening picks, but also the util usage and the timing and spacing that they're taking on these takes as well. You know, in general, it has been beautifully done, masterful, and that's where they're getting those picks. You know, those 1v1s, winning it out.
I also want to say both teams are very actively aggressive at the same time. I mean, these are very quick rounds as well, which might be part of the reason. You take a look at the side of Western, and they've been, you know, they've tried to go aggressive. When I talk about aggressive, it just seems like over aggression at points. Both teams actually floundered on their attacking side and are doing so right now. And it's giving a lot of time. Whenever you jump out in the open, it does give time for the team that's prepped the defense to really come online. So that's what we're seeing here. And I wonder if we are going to see that kind of slower pace, try and burn that util a little bit more, or maybe take a little bit slower actions here. At the current moment, though, I wonder what this timeout was about. I really do wonder what they were talking about and how they're going to change things up. As it is a gun round, it's the best time to take a pause and to take a timeout to try and figure out what's going on. But you need to make something of it. This is that moment, because if not, I don't even think we're reaching OT. I think it's just a straight up overtake of the rounds.
Western Esports are also going to be playing into 4 ults here. There's the Seekers, you got Kill Contra, so there's a lot of potential for UBC Black again to, you know, take this round out from under them. Flash going to come through, and it's going to be the swing. Day gets that kill to GGG, but stuck in the middle, but able to get out. Kill Contra to capture him and collect, but is Pivers able to win this gun round? No, he isn't. Day comes out on top, and again, it's a 3v3, but beautiful trades coming for Rob to kind of save that fight a little bit, but with that time being bought, it's Naki as well as Omen just on that side, the showstopper.
They've done it again. Once again, shutting down that ISO. And it's such a quiet call here. Take a look at this. Rotate out. And we mentioned this ability to play slow, something that hasn't been done yet. The question is it going to be a double rotate, right? We see this slow kind of peek around by the side of UBC Black, and it's not a full rotate, but there's gonna be that TP. Okay, no one on mound. We go right back. We snap back to B. Remember, the spike isn't there. Stax has the possibility of doing something huge.
Oh, the timing!
The timing is ridiculous. You're gonna look to the right side. No one there either. So you pass by in the night, and this is going to be the side of Western going, we get a free plant.
A thief in the night, Michael Jackson. Oh my God, just shimmering his way, oh, I can't English, away around this map like a snake. But now Aether, as well as Naki on this retake, are they aware of this double hold towards the C lake side? Steel Garden does come out. Oh, the showstopper clears out Rob, but do they know? Yes, they do. But it's not enough as Shaq gets a 2K. 1v2, Shakal can. Shaq Shaquille O'Neal of UBC blows it through, gets the one, looking for the other one, got the paranoia on Doggo, doesn't know where he is, but now he does.
Okay.
But is there enough time? The little piece coming through, try to get half. It's secured, but no, it's Doggo to clear that through as just by the gritted teeth of Doggo as Western's able to come through and get that match point. 12-10. UBC Black not looking too hot.
Why are we here right now? Why are we here right now, Z? This should have been done like 7 rounds ago, in my opinion. It should have been closed out, but UBC Black are putting up an absolute battle at the end of the day. And this is just map number 1. We got 2 more to possibly go. I'm terrified, quite honestly. What we are going to see is very light shields come out here. Favors and Stacks running on that light armor. This could be the chance. You got 2 ultimates in your pocket as well versus the one on the other side, the Seekers. So if you open up the Great First Blood, we could see Western actually take over. They're going to get a 3rd online with that Nightfall, which is perfect for a retake. And to go ahead and break that trap, and it's going to be the Vines to reach on out and slow their advance.
And the Vines, as we said, Vines is just such a good sentinel right now. The Vines are able to, you know, kind of slow down any pushes and really force the attackers to have to kind of reassess their attack. Day coming through, gets a beautiful opening pick, but the fast trades from Doggo are just as beautiful. 4v4. They know that that was a pick on A, but do they know that Shakal is lying in wait for Pivers? They just smell blood in the water, and they're definitely recreating that 4v3. UBC Black up in 1, but can they confirm and secure this round right here?
Let's see. We're gonna get that mix. A little bit of a test. Shakal around the corner. Sprays one, doesn't get the other, so it's down to a 2v3. It's still doable. There comes the dimensional drip. We see it used to gain so much extra information. Both of us bend around the corner as Aether was ready, and Justin pops out with the shorty. It's looking like OT right now.
Move in after I strike. That's Western.
Double shorty kill is insane, though. Can we talk about the double shorty kill? That was insane. Oh my god! And this doesn't go to OT. I'm calling cap because this is gonna be a full buy again for Western Esports. But look at their economy. They have to force up to stingers only and maybe a potential hero rifle with light shields. But on the other side, you have UBC Black. They're doing like pretty well in terms of gunfire. They got the outlet. They got full rifles, so they're feeling comfortable. Western Esports is gonna have to kind of take advantage of numbers and push 5 men onto a single site.
Seeing they do so right now. Low output yet again. With a long and arduous journey, the one that seems to have gone by so quick. Shakal running away because of that showstopper. And you know it's going to cost a lot of time opportunity. UBC Black now ready for their re-engagement. They have the Seekers. That's been their primary ultimate to go to. I think they're going to expend it here. They're saying, okay, we just need to know where they're at. All 3 go out. Hard spray out. Rob not finding anything. Nightfall sweeping through. Naki finds a Rob, but Stacks was ready with the face first. Spectre, are they going to get one? Lined up. They knocks down 2. Justin gets another. GGG hiding in the smoke with the classic only.
Oh, the timing!
Wings out. Right click into Shakal's head. Couple eyes out. The right spray fits everything, and now gets locked down. We're going to OT.
Oh my god, the dream is real! UBC Glazers, the dream is real! OT is now officially online for our first map. What a series! Ordo, how do you feel, brother?
I hate everything. I hate everything right now. That is brutal. You can see here in the replay as well. The lineup was bitter. That hurts. To watch that lineup in replay, you know Western are going to be kicking themselves afterwards. Like, you're blinded. You don't really have a choice, granted. Like, you can't tell. It just hurts to see from the other perspective.
And yeah, I think UBC Black, definitely Day, as you said earlier, really showing out 25 and 18 as an initiator. That is some crazy score lines, but that's also to say, the utility coming from Day with the blinds, as well the Seeker has been so pivotal, especially on that last round to bring it into OT. But now onto OT round, gotta see how they play it through as they're back on attack. This is where they struggle. They really did struggle on this attack side. So how can they change up the formula to kind of find one? And they do. Shakal does find a pick onto Pivers, but that's going to open up a little bit more opportunity. But with the slowdown on the attack, I like what I'm seeing. I want them to play a little bit more slower, a little bit more methodically.
I mean, you go ahead and take one kill, and now you can pretty much do whatever you want to. I think at the end of the day, you are comfortable if you're UBC Black, and you're going to try and bide as much time as possible. They may even try and bait out an opponent. You know, they'll walk through C main if you wish. You go through straight through the gate and try and exit mount, and all of a sudden you're dead. Same with B. You try and go through mid, and you're dead there as well. For the side of UBC Black, they would feel much more comfortable grabbing one more kill, but I don't think it's going to happen. So instead, you're looking at a little bit of a smoke out. You know Stacks is around the corner, and this might be your only way in.
I love what I'm seeing, but 30 seconds left on the clock, and with the bomb push towards C, they're gonna have to go for the C push. Double Sash comes through, but Stacks gets one, gets the second, and he's holding the side down like the sentinel that he is. Trino is not quite collecting, but it's Day to connect his soul into the bag, and it's gonna be a plant on C site. 3v3 on the retake. Can they pull it through as Western Seekers come out for Day, so they're able to spot up a little bit more information. Knows one towards that waterfall side, but do they know that there's more? Got a couple nades, got more util, but are the shots close enough? Can they win this on this post-plant section? This is where they struggle.
I mean, maybe we get that chance. It's gonna be a rush in. But Day finds the frag number 1 and 3. I skipped the number in there, but they're about to jump to 4. Aether says no chance.
Oh my god.
UBC, ever since the second half started, in full control.
Oh, chat, is this a comeback? Do I sniff a comeback for map number 1? 28 and 18. The shots are beautiful for Day, but I love what I've seen on that attack side half. They played so patiently, waiting for, you know, Western to play more aggressive, because they know Western has been so aggressive on those angle holds on that defense side. But now that they're on defense now, are they able to recreate maybe a successful kind of half they had for second half when they're on defense? Can they pull something through? Or are they going to choke and bring us into double T?
See if they can do so. Marks the bound.
Both teams are nervous.
I'm always nervous with this because this could be the end of just map 1. We still have Sunset to go to. Sunset could get even messy. Day setting up so far, but Thurston's ready with the shot. Day ready with the response though. And Day gets yet another. Day versus Knight. It's light all day, but he shuts that right down in a row. Bombs off with the 2K. We just need one more. This thing to push to OT number 2 if they can.
And if there's one person who can do this, it'll definitely be Shakal, the Shaquille O'Neal of UBC. Can we see a 2v1 clutch coming through? Got some utility. The plant's gonna go down. A silent drop towards that backside, but the double up towards tree. Do have a blind. You do have the thorns available. Look, are they able to buy some time? They know where he is, and it's gonna be the showstopper to push him back, as well as the paranoia. With the showstopper trying to find the one, knows he's somewhere backside, chasing him down, but it's not gonna quite connect, and that's gonna separate the two angles off the two fights. But it's just so hard as a wraparound for a 3K as we are on to double OT. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a series.
Overtime.
Series one way or another. And it's a dirty one at that. I just... Right back to square one all over again. This is where we're currently at. A 30 for Day right now. It is out of this world how hard A is going, and I just... There's no other word. There is a point where we can talk about, you know, the strategy and all, but there's also a moment where you just have to respect the amount of fragging power that Day and Shakal currently have. Like, that is...
Shaq and Kobe. Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah, like, that's all it is. They are fragging out of their minds. It's not going to stop until Pivers and the rest of the squad can actually actively hunt them out, which is what it looks like they're going to try and do.
Yeah, very aggressive push towards that B side, 3 men going for it, and that's gonna be the bomb down. Doggo gets the opening kill to Shakal, but now it's gonna leave the attackers kind of splintered. But are they able to retake this bomb side as the bomb is down towards B? They spot out Naki. They do know there's someone there. Double satchel up towards that box side to provide a different angle of attack. But look at the positioning for the defenders. They got full control of this T side right now. Blind's gonna come through and they're good. And it's gonna be the trade. Beautiful shots going through. And again, the bomb is still down, and it's gonna be the play of stall for Stacks here. But Stacks gets one, and it's now gonna be a collapse on today. As no, they're not able to hold it back. As Western Esports, beautiful side on this double OT, gets that first opening round. But match point for them. Can UBC Black bring to triple OT? Are we gonna go into a triple quadruple OT game? Should I just like should I just jinx it?
I think you already did. I'm not gonna lie. I think you already did.
Hey, oh good, oh good, man.
Yeah, there's just something about, you know, having that expectation of we were 10-2 at one point. We were at 10-2 at one point, and it feels like it should have been closed out. And now you're gonna get a chance back. Right now, that's Justin saying we want to go even further. Rob is just gone. Shakal is the same.
The glass cannon op force on the overtime did pay off, you know, as you get a 1 kill with the op, that's already a lot of value. But look at this pull towards that A side, gets the opening pick. Do they know the Aether there? Now they do. And got the double tap, they know he's on top, and Pivers clears them through. Looking for a third kill here. 3v2 blinds are good, and it's gonna be Day again, but Doggo with a beautiful trade. 1v2 situation, does have the bomb, 2 charges away from that ult, and it's going to be a fast push towards that A side as he now has to get the bomb down and try to isolate these fights as best as possible.
Spike planted.
Madago walked away the wrong way, and Justin snaps straight to the body. Flowers blossom as there is going to be yet another OT. Yep, get the stress ball out, get the stress teddy out. You're in it for the long run right now.
I love that stress teddy. Honestly, I'm so glad Riot implemented like the flexes. It's so cute, especially the teddy. My favorite thing. But anyways, triple overtime inbound already, and both of these teams are really fighting by the ends of the wire. They're bringing it down to the wire, and these rounds have been super close. Not a single round has been really a kind of complete sweep by one of the teams, and you're kind of seeing how careful these teams are playing overtime. They're not playing as aggressive. They're playing a little bit slower, more defaulty, and that's what I really like to see.
Well, let's see if it pans out here. Right back to me. Eyes out, and all of them look up. GGT is like, don't look up, look at the wall that I can break through.
Oh my god, Odin spams.
Not a lot, don't get me wrong. Snapshot on the other end. It is going to be UBC Black, though, trying to hard push their way into this B site. It's a hard ruckus as well. The entire team Western already. Pivers with a great spray, #1. Shell locking Pivers into the corner. You are just praying. You are hoping to not be spotted out here. Plant goes down. Corner is going to be checked, but Justin are you actually going to look at the right space. Good TP out. But Pivers just waiting for the rest of the team. It's a full flex, by the way, but Day was ready. Great shot under a Rob. Justin finds yet another, and it looks like the rest of Western are falling down like flies. GGG makes it a little bit tough, but
One enemy remains.
is gonna make this so easy. GGG hard spray. The Odin never let go. A left click.
One enemy
You get a few
remains.
more. Get them in the body. Shorty on hand. You just have a knife full of shouts for peace.
My ultimate.
GGG says GG.
Come on, please.
And takes a 15th round for the side of Western.
Oh my god, what did I just watch? Oh, GVG. Amazing clutch 4K with the shorty and also the knife to cut out that information. You know, what? Okay, anyways. Gotta collect myself from that round here, you know. Go on to the third overtime, and it's going to be Western Esports on that match point. They're looking to close it out, and GGG has been showing up and showing out. Beautiful util usage, knowing when to back up, knowing how to isolate these fights, and the sprays have been so good as well.
Time to explode.
Oh my gosh, that was
Breathe.
out of this world.
Breathe, brother, breathe.
Out of this world, and it's only going to continue, and it's not over until the game is over. Looking at. We're gonna see yet again the side of the side of Western try and get their attack down as much as possible. It's gonna be a slow walk into the stays around the corner, and Day yet again finds a first frag. Are you gonna find more? Great blind around the corner. You're gonna try to slip away to safety, but get locked up and pinched. GGG now alone because of that vice wall.
I don't know about that repositioning, but beautiful awareness from GGG to get the kill into Shakal. 4v3 numbers in favor of Western Esports right now. Justin, aware, knows where they are, but it's going to be a hard take towards Seaside. There's so much space that they have to now clear out as Pivers takes this aggressive angle with the Odin, but decides to back off a little bit and play together. They do have numbers here, and having to re-clear all this space is going to really burn that timer down.
Right now, this is the best chance that I think Western have gotten in
Face your
quite
fear!
some time. Nightfall goes out. I think caught one or two. Great decay on the Justin. And UBC though, they're trying to jump their way in, knocking straight into the backside. Piver's still hiding on the top side corner, and they see one eye out. Hard sprint eyes, but GGG was ready. Sprays down for a third. Justin rings true. It's down to a 1v2, but it's over. That's GG. At the end of the day, it's Western to take map 1.
What an amazing map 1. Oh my god, going to triple OT, and honestly at that point, you know, UBC was definitely stressing there. There was a possibility, but unfortunately just within the overtime the possibilities and their dreams are dashed. But all good. We're gonna go into map 2 as we're gonna be heading onto Sunset, I believe.
Yes, we are. Before we do, I want to give a big shout out to some of our sponsors. BMO, of course, making this all possible. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But of course, Strawberry and Egg, one of our charity show match sponsors. If you're interested in getting a 100% handmade, little bit of a plushie for large video game and anime themed plushies, please go ahead and check them out. Strawberry and Egg on Instagram as well as on Discord. You can go ahead and message them RIDDLELIA. I can go ahead and spell that out, as well as Solaris. Huge shout out to them. They are a competitive organization looking and focused on Marvel Rivals. Another amazing sponsor. Give a big shout out to them. And of course, we'll see more in the future. Map number 2 on the way, though, Z-Lion. We're ready for it. Let's go to a break.
We'll be right back.
Maybe. Once again, diving into it, Z Lion. I'm happy, sad, thrilled, terrified for what we will experience going on to Sunset here.
Sunset is going to be that map. You don't like it. I love Sunset. Okay, there's a lot of possibilities. You got that mid, that provides, a little bit more opportunity going through, that mid top. You can go through Dora as well. But Sunset is definitely going to be that do or die time for, UBC Black. They're trying to win it out as Western. They got their first map and they're not on a map point.
Yes, they are, and moving into that, if they win here, they'll go ahead and make their way into the Grands, which will be played tomorrow, I believe. What time? I think we're thinking 6:30 ET. Is that correct? I might be wrong about that one.
Something like that. Let me know. I'll get back to you when I get the information, sir.
Yeah. Like, we don't actively have that information. We probably should have had that way before anyway, but I digress. So we're taking a look at this at the setup, and we can already see some of the agents coming out here. It's almost looking like a pure mirrored matchup. Main difference, though, of course, actually, it's a little bit more than that. What we're seeing is the Raze as well as the ISO coming out. Rob and Pivers are once again running that duo. On the opposite side, though, no Yoru. And this is actually going to be the main shift, Naki keeping with that Raze, but a little bit of a switch up. Justin moving over to that Breach.
Is there going to be a telltale? Is it the double duelist or the double initiator that's going to win out between these two? Definitely think double initiator provides a little bit more potential for team plays, as they can set up their duelist as well as your controller or any of your other teammates up with that utility. But yeah, Cypher's always been a pretty classic pick on Sunset. I kind of wanted to see a Deadlock, especially after the changes made to Deadlock, because I think Deadlock has been a little bit stronger because of that. But yeah, going into Sunset now, with the Western Esports, they're going to be on that defense side first, while UBC Black are going to be on attack. What are you expecting for the setup?
I'm expecting nothing and hoping for everything. I don't like it really. As much as you hope for the setups, it really is going to be coming down to, in my opinion, to first contact at the end of the day. I would hope to see a little bit more B-side, though. I like B-side's opportunities, especially you can get control of mid as well. This is namely the main reason I don't know. So one of the reasons I dislike Sunset primarily is it felt very closed off. The corridors around bring it to a very narrow entries and exits. So it's like, I don't know. You can yell at me all you want, but I was also, granted, I was a big fan of the 3 sites plus Breeze. So take that for what you will. Yeah, so I was a big fan of that one. So we'll see how it goes. Overall, I'm still excited to see what goes down and see how this plays out.
What's important about Sunset, though, is that mid control, the mid presence, and that's definitely being shown out by UBC Black as they take a little bit of contact, a little bit of some shots being fired towards mid side, bring some attention towards there, but it's going to be Shakal to inch their way up towards B main, as it looks like it's going to be a B push for the side of UBC Black.
I think for them, they're testing the waters again. This default is so questionable. A Rob also stepping up and now being chased out of that A main. quick rehaul to get back to safety, but it gives a lot of mid control and pressure. This is the other side of the puzzle as you see Pivers waiting for the shots, but misses out on most of their angles, which means Aether instead gets the shot off and gets first blood. Naki as well, waiting for a chance of their own, but this is going to be that bum rush into the B's site. The team is there, but Justin was ready. Stacks is gone. It's going to be all on Doggo until the rest of the team gets here. Rob though says, hey, I can help out. Doggo with a good click. Sounds to a 3v2 though, and low HP on a Rob. 73, you can do some magic, but you better hope for a dang good opening shot.
Double hold from Aether and knock towards that backside, but with the dark coming through, it's going to spot a little bit of information, but not quite pinging anybody there. Double hold and Day gets a kill onto a Rob, and it's a 1v3. They know where GGG is. They know he's towards Boba, but who is going to get that kill? The dark goes down Recon, and this 3v1 situation is pretty much wraps for Western Esports, unless God answers GGG's prayers right now. And are these prayers going to be answered? I don't know. I think it's kind of rough out here. Yeah, no, this is gonna clean it through. Very close, very nice try, but unfortunately, with up 3 in numbers in a 3v1 situation, especially on pistol, UBC Black are gonna have to take that first round.
Yeah, that was a comfortable one. It's a big shift as well for UBC Black. I think they're very happy about that outcome considering what happened in the previous game. So you're pretty happy about this. Number one though is Aether. You had to sit there and go good. The fact that Arav and Favors both missed their opening shots, it was a nice one. The fact that they were able to build up. So I'm gonna have to see how the rest of the rounds shake out. I still expect Western to have a very comfortable defending side. And there it is, Favors with a very nice share of shot, brings home 1. They make that 2. Justin and Naki again though, all bring about some pain, but it's still down to a 2v2. Hey.
But Naki in 143k as well. Pivers in a 1v2 situation does have a sheriff, but Naki with the superior firepower can Pivers isolate this fight. Sheriff slowly closing on them, but it's going to be a take towards that A side as they know in a 1v2 both sides are free.
That is true. It's going to be that plant going down UBC Black. They're saying they fought very, very well for this one. Maybe they can get a little bit more. All they need to find is one player. Just one, and they'll be good.
Western.
Oh, Naki, great. Look around the corner.
What a shot.
That's a 4K for that raise.
I mean, if I were if I was Western Esports, I would actually be kind of happy with how that round went. They were able to get 3 guns off of UBC Black, but again, they still got that Vandal. They're still able to kind of buy up and have kind of equal firing power. But this is round 3 as Western Esports. They do have the economics to buy up these rifles, and again, I want to see them play it a little bit slowly. Both teams have been really aggressive, as you said, on the last map on Lotus. So playing slowly and kind of going off picks and more default seems like the way to go.
Could be a little bit more, of course, as we go ahead and hold our breath here, or at least try to, because Western now have guns in their hands. It is 3rd round. So far, both teams have actually excelled in taking that 3rd for themselves whenever they win the opening 2. See if it happens again, but GGG says not today. This is going to go more our style. A very nice pickup of 1. They're going to get a little bit more. Arav setting up very, very close, but double smoke coming out as that first smoke dissipates. It's going to be Arav trying to peek around the corner, but that wall is so difficult to work with. It does force a way up back, though, from UBC Black as they start to look towards B site.
Such aggressive positioning from Western there as UBC Black are now forced onto B side, as you said, and with not a lot of space taken, they're gonna come in blind. But Shakal lying in wait towards that door side. Can he find one? It just takes one to really open this retake, open up this kind of post plant side. Shakal spots one, but it's gonna get cleared up by Rav. Doggo getting the kill onto Aether, and it's a 2v3, and the util is good. Dave gets kill onto Stacks, but GGG and Doggo are just the dynamic duo. They finish it through, bringing it the first round, round 3, in favor of Western Esports.
I like the fact that they all entered in for that mid connector, very, very comfortable, lined up. They all cleared the corners and they all turned to fire as well. No one was left kind of with their back exposed, and it was a comfortable round. You keep 3 alive. This is like the standard, I think, when it comes to Valorant, right? You see in round 2, whoever won round 1 losing, what was it, like 2 members? It's understandable. When you get to round 3, it twists over to the other side. They win 1 round, they only lose like 2 people. That's what we call the standard of Valorant. It doesn't really break out from there. I mean, game 1 of this BO3 was an anomaly and a half. So, you know, I'm glad we're back to the basics. Namely, though, you take a look at the ult economy. We're starting to reach those breakpoints for Pivers as well as a Rob, Doggo 2 out of 7. On the other side, Naki 6 out of 8, Aether 1 away, Day 2 away. Like, these are all going to be big ticket items run when we run into rounds 4 and 5. Or
Quick
5
little
and 6, I
tech
do
pause.
apologize.
Yeah. No worries. A quick little tech pause, but I feel like, you know, I the reason why I like Sunset a lot is because there is that kind of mid fight. It can get a little scrappy, yes, but I think mid control for Sunset is so important. It really opens up, you know, whether if you are going to attack, you can kind of rotate towards a site and you can hear for information as well. While on the for defense side, you know, you're able to cut off another point of entry, and you're going to force the attackers to have to rotate through the long side and buy some more time for pivots to come in play as well. So what are your opinion on kind of Sunset and like that big area in mid?
I would lean into agreeing that mid control is very important, but I don't know if teams are very comfortable with it. It's vastly different than if we look at Split, right? Split is a well-known and understood mid take scenario, and we see it done very effectively. When it comes to Sunset, I feel it's a different story. It always feels like teams use it as a last resort instead of the primary resort at the end of the day. So I wonder if that's going to continue here. Honestly, I probably am not the best one to ask because, granted, when I play, I'm not really a shot caller, so I don't care. I just say, hey, I go one way and then I go the other. You know, that's how I work. But I do agree mid is extremely important, and so far Western seem to have a good grasp of it, at least at the moment.
Looks like the tech pause is done as we head back into the round again. Pivot towards that A site, but lying away is Stacks with that set up. You got the trips available for sprays and spam. So this is really this is going to be Stacks' round, I think, especially if they full commit towards this A site.
Standing ahead.
Beautiful entry, a beautiful one push through with a paranoid to push off the angle, but the recon is good as well. You got the boombot coming through to spot out a little bit more space and slowly inching forward. And again, Stacks playing towards that CT side off of the trips, going for some sprays. But oh no, it's GGG with the opening spray to pull it through. Gets one, the cam spots out 2, knows exactly where they are. But with the kill contra coming through, Pivers looking to get this 1v1 fight. He has been good, but is it good enough this time? Yes, it is, as Aether goes down.
I mean, that's a comfortable reset as well. This might give the opportunity over, but Shakal was ready with a re-answer onto a Rob, but Pivers ready to fire away. You got the kill contract, now you got more, and Stacks able to help out, and that's the last true, but Shakal not gonna make it easy, down to a 2v1, but you don't have the spike in hand, so you have to walk out, and it's obvious. That means Shakal walks into the line of fire. Stacks will finish it off.
Vision's there, possibilities. I saw the vision. Stacks, you know, unfortunately did get the kill into Shakal, but Shakal, very clean shots. The ending, unfortunately, just could not secure it through, but that's okay. We're going to this next round. You got round 5 coming up right now. Take a look at the buys. You have UBC Black. They're completely poor right now. They have to go for full speed. They have Stingers, they have Sheriffs, but, you know, they do have 3 ults to work with, but I don't think this is the round they're going to use those ults.
I would agree. I mean, you don't really have to come with no reason to get that hasty with it, but of course, Naki might make it a very real option here. Goes ahead and upgrades to the Vandal and says, hey, maybe I can go ahead and frag out. Stacks getting found as well. And I don't think you really like where things are going. That's going to be an upload as well as a Neural Theft calls out where everyone is. Plant going down by Aether. A side is completely overrun, and this is difficult entry here. No mid control as we were talking about, but it's all entry from CT's side, and Naki is going to push. Out comes the showstopper as well. Naki running the corner, fires and catches Doggo's feet. It's a perfect clear of that angle, but it allows the other side to be overrun. 2 inside of sight. This is going to work. Stacks is already trying to defuse, but Shakal was ready to go. Arado. He's clean up. Everyone gets the 3K. Is it halfway? Was it halfway? I have no idea. Shakal rounding the corner. Another paint shell goes out. Tag on 11. And no, it's a full dead sprint. I don't think it's going to work. Shakal being given the half. Honestly, that could have gone so differently, but Thrifty over to UC Black.
You know, honestly, like as you said for Lotus, I should just not speak. Like honestly, I shouldn't speak. They used so many ults there, but that was so impactful and useful. The showstopper to get that kill towards CT side, but it just to whittle down those numbers and the free upgrade towards these vandals, these phantoms, these rifles. What an amazing 3-3 round for them, and that is going to be that necessary push to kind of bring the momentum in their favor. As you know, now it's Western Esports' turn to go for that save.
So it's gonna be a whole different test though.
Mm-hmm.
I keep talking about though, and it's though. But although we are watching that previous round go the way of UBC Black, there are rounds where you say if we pulled out, you know, 2 to 3 ultimates, you have to be really happy about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the other side. So let's see if it works. Right now, UBC Black though stacking up over on that B. B main currently populated. Rob was ready with the shell if they wish. I don't know what told him to peel off. Not really going through mid, instead comfortably saying let's look towards A. Camera is out over sight though, as a Cypher is holding it down.
I think it's the fear that there could be a Cypher on B side, because usually you have set up for Cypher on that B side's really, really strong, but you know, they're trying to spot out some information. Shakal does have some space towards that A side. Double satchel coming through, does spot one. Beautiful opening pick by Naki. Paint just go through, but it's gonna be the spot out. Shakal gets that pick onto Stacks. Justin gets 2, but it's GGG with that trade, double trade over in a 1v3 situation with a 1v3 situation with a Stinger is a little bit hard for that retake, as now A is free for the taking.
Won't see if they can do so. There's gonna be that plant.
Spike planted.
As you said, UBC Black, easy take on the A side. We've seen magic happen before though. We've seen that very quick snap of, you know, 2 kills going down. GGG. I'm not sure if they were able to grab any sort of extra weaponry. They were able to upgrade into that Phantom. The problem is, of course, that you were spotted out. You looked just at the wrong time. Shakal was on that corner's edge and makes it happen. 2-round advantage over the side of UBC Black here in map number 2.
Yeah, and they're definitely feeling more confident now on this side. You know, it's up 2 rounds here. They also have the necessary firepower. Still 3 ultimate Hunter Sphere, as well as the Rolling Thunder on Justin and Day for UBC Black. But on the other side, you got Western Esports. They got 4 ults there. You got Showstopper. They have the Hunter's Fury. They also have the Neuro Theft, as well as, you know, that Omen ult. I always forget what it's called. The Omen alt there. So definitely possibilities through here, but it's actually going to be a default for UBC Black as they're looking to isolate these fights once again, but presence being made towards mid. Western Esports are just holding it down and playing it slow as well, and I really like what I'm seeing.
I would agree, but at the same time, we got to see it in the round 1. Deep spread, but we haven't found, you know, the last 2 rounds have been difficult. This might turn out to be a ult v ult situation yet again, but the default being played out here. The default from UBC Black really hunting for that first kill. 45 seconds expires. Nobody making those major moves. Naki getting some information. Recombo finding Day. So now it is time to make a call. Do you go B? Do you go A? At this point, it is the call for B. It's going to be a nice round, though, as mid is completely taken over. And you can use that Rolling Thunder. Aether might be opening up, and it is going to be that call down. Doggo getting shot, but gets around the corner in time. Naki ready to go. No showstopper to be used, but it's enough for a 5v5. One side, though, GGG and Stacks were ready. Great pick number 1. Aether able to find a rebuttal, but Doggo was ready to twist. The turn has been amazing. It's going to be Shakal to answer back, but the river of plays brings about a win. Shakal going to make it spicy, though. Maybe I spoke too soon. Rob able to close it out. And it will be the finish. 3rd round for the side of Western.
Oh my, a very, very nice try there from Shakal in that 1v4 situation. Does end up farming that neural theft available, but that Hunter Sphere from GGG really, really was I feel like the star of that round. You know, you're able to push off the defenders or push off the attackers from the points that they're holding. At the same time, Doggo, the rest of the team were kind of flooding to site alongside that Hunter's Fury. A lot of space being taken, and also just catching them off guard and winning those gunfights was so important. But now, going to next one, Western Esports, they're having to go for a save as UC Black have the firepower to respond in turn.
There's so much spice going on in this game, and it's making me hesitant about some of these movements. Yet again, with the default 4-1 split. Actually, it's the 3-1-1, as we can see this hard push up. Doggo finds a freebie! Great shot, but Shakal was ready. One pop over the showstopper. Rob says, doesn't matter, still got your life. What a crazy twist. Cypher, though, with that neural that is going to be uploading a lot of that extra information. And the scan out, I think, gave just enough around the corner. Shakal is going to try and use that one. You should know at least what is inside this B's site. So, do you actively wish to push? Shakal is going to walk their way down. Stacks was ready, and Shakal gets the shot off first. Quickly done. It's going to be a wandering zone. So who do you decide to go for? Doggo with the wrap and a half, though, takes out Aether's life.
Last player
The
standing.
first shot, Doggo with the third shot, still with the
my.
answer back. But it's down to a 2v1.
2v1, Justin, if have health, has to find these early picks,
30
and
seconds left.
it's the timing. Your Rob doesn't quite get the clean shots off, but they know exactly where he is. They don't know. Justin doesn't know where the Sova is, so it has to be the plan for backside. GG's now scaling up. Oh, the beautiful turn, but no, it's a Rob to dash his dreams away. As again, it's gonna even out the numbers. Western Esports are bringing it back.
Yeah, but it's been very difficult. We have to give credit where credit is due. UBC Black have made it very, very difficult to win these rounds. We've gone down this time literally to the last HP in the bank there. It's been one of the rougher courses, and the fact that the Rav is sitting at 8-5-1 is huge. But look at the econ status. The econ status is not good. Even if they win again, it's not going to be comfortable. If it keeps going, you know, 4 members dying every single time, it's for UBC Black, you're not losing as hard as you assume you're losing at the end of the day, I think. That's really what I want to point out here. But it is wins at the end of the day, so you can say whether by an inch or a mile, you're taking that victory.
And they are going to go for a kill contract first. Who is it going to kidnap? It's going to be Pivers kidnapping. Kidnapping Justin there, but oh, these shots are clean enough. Firepower not quite strong enough, and that's going to be the open pick up to Justin. Top mid is going to get taking a bit of space, but does Doggo? No. Someone's already lying in wait to Rob. Beautiful shot picked by Day, but Pivers back onto the Aether, Naki onto Pivers. Doggo trade onto Naki, and it's a 3v2 as GGG pushes out from A main.
Let's see if they do so. They're going to run right into each other, and unfortunately, rifle beats pistol all day long. Shakal says, I agree. That's why I brought a rifle.
Enemy
A quick
remaining.
run by. Shakal gets a sprinting Doggo, and it's down to the Spy v Spy. I've never, ever wanted to see either just walk right by each other in the night. But it's going to be a spicy test at the end of the day. I mean, I'm assuming that we're gonna get a couple little drones out, but or cameras out, but I don't think either have them in bank right now.
Spike
The
planted.
util's pretty much empty for both sides. They do have a cage available for stacks, but no, it's Shakal with the clutch 3K. This kid is, again, UBC Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sorry, but I have to keep saying he's been dunking on the competition. Beautiful shots, even when he's in these clutch situations. If there's one person who can do it, it's definitely going to be Shakal, and he definitely has shown out. And that is another round underneath the UBC Black's little belt. But again, next round coming through, they do have the guns, the economy to buy up, and they also have a Hunter's Fury available for them. But Western Esports, again, they've just been shared. They just kind of going back and forth with the save and then buy, save, and buy.
That's the ticking time bomb at the end of the day, but we'll see if it works out in their favor. A little bit of eyes out.
Cage triggered.
As UBC Black, wondering exactly where this is going to go. Great Hunter series though, being ripped apart. Are you gonna find anything? And it forces the hand of Stacks, but Pivers was ready. Same with the Rav. And it looks like we are going to get such a scary map here. Western, happy to fight, but Day says, no, you are not. What a pick for pick. Day is on one yet again. First
Spike
on the
planted.
Sky and now on the Sova. And GGG. All you have is Missile in hand. They know exactly where you're at. This is going to go down to a 1v3. And Doggo, I mean, you got the Bucky in hand. That's about all you got.
Oh my god. I mean, this is just so hard, and Day being so aware, it's gonna be the trip. They know exactly where he is, and Day just holding it close by, then get that 4th kill, putting Doggo in the pound. And again, UBC Black, beautiful rounds coming through for them. They did get that, they did have rifles there, and that was a safe for Western Ether. So this is gonna be that first kind of round in a really long time where both teams are able to kind of match each other's firepower.
Yeah, this is gonna be a bit overwhelming. After I watched game number 1, I was not expecting this at all. UBC are continuing to excite me yet again and proving me wrong as well. I was curious to see if Western were gonna be coming out with the victory and coming out with a stronger start, but it's been neck and neck the entire time.
Take flight.
And this is now just a full force push over onto the B site with a 1 meeting in mid as GGG wins first one.
I mean, you want exciting? You're gonna get exciting for the series. Spray is coming through, double satchel with the paranoid pushing through, but that is gonna be the showstopper to find someone, but not quite finding anything quite yet. Timer's going down, Spray is going through, and it's gonna be a trade for 1-for-1. Stacks on the towards side, does not find it. It's Naki, and but it's Doggo with one with the trade, and it's just Justin and Naki holding the fort down, but the bomb is not quite down yet as the Rav is now stuck in this 1v2 situation. Does throw the nade, the paint shell, to kind of draw that attention towards CT side. But with this kind of double up, are they able to isolate? Yes, they can! And what an amazing shot! Roomba goes through, knows where he is, does have showstopper, but can he find it? Yes, he can! Has the finish with the showstopper in style as Western Esports bring it back one more round, 5-6. What a great job.
Whether by an inch or a mile, you'll take it,
Clutch.
right? Whether by an inch or a mile, it will come their way. It is out of this world. The
Ain't no
fact
mountain
that
high
that is
enough.
now-
The switch.
Sorry, what?
Ain't no mountain high enough, brother. Ain't no mountain high
true.
enough.
That is now what? I think the 4th time that they've actually won a round. All right, I'd say actually 3. I think I counted 3. Where Arav is the last one standing, and they have to pull out a heart-pounding 1v1. Although I'm proud of it. Although Arav is playing out of their minds right now, it's not good that that's what you have to bank on to get your rounds. We need to see Western getting a little bit more concise with some of their wins. GGG is doing great with their opening first blood. You need to find a little bit more, as right now it's a 4-stack running. And that's going to be eyes out as Arav says, great, I'll take Naki's life early.
And clip the wings off of to slow the stopper onto, you know, the raise, but it's gonna be a fight for B main as Aether is stuck between a rock and a hard place. GGG gets that kill. And again, UBC Black are now stuck in this 3v5 situation with the timing just not quite there. Pivers is able to pick off Day. You see where there's 2 more. Yes, get the second beautiful shot. Rolling Thunder to try to isolate the fight, and it's going to be a clear. But with the trades coming through, defenders, Western, they able to kind of even the scoreboard out. But I don't know about that Rolling Thunder there, if I'm being honest. Yeah, and that's
It was an attempt. We'll leave it at that.
Attempt was made. Unfortunately, the vision was there, but execution not quite there. But it's okay. We're switching it over now. You got UBC Black on the defense, and now it's Western Esports on attack. How will they kind of operate on this half is going to be pivotal. This is a really close series, Orbital. You're getting your exciting series, and if you ask for it, here it is.
Yeah, I gotta agree, and honestly, I'm not super thrilled about this because the last time I believe UBC, obviously, they've shown a lot more gumption coming into this game than game number 1. Both sides' attacks in map 1 on Lotus look very, very weak. We have to be honest, until we got to that OT. Now both teams look fairly even. You know, UBC were able to step up. Let's see if the same can be said about Western. Western, one of the things is, we talked about them going extremely fast. They were kind of pumping the pace both sides. UBC slowed it down. They got 6 rounds on their attack. If we're going to see this happen again, Western are going to try and do the same, maybe play a little bit slower, maybe not get so caught up in the action, and see if they can take victories there.
I found my wife.
All eyes on Shakal as he's holding it down on that B side, with Cage coming through to kind of block up some information. And because of that information, it's actually going to force Western off of a push on B. I think they're going to try to play a little bit slower and maybe go for a re-hit instead. Shakal by himself on this site, but with a little bit backup by the Omen on the back side there, they're able to find a little bit something. But look at this push from UBC Black here. They have so much information, knows exactly that they're not on that A side. They have to push towards B, and it's the dub test. Shakal gets that opening pick. The paint shells are coming through, but are they able to clear him out just yet? No, Shakal gets a second, looking for a third, but it's the trade as GGG and Doggo both get theirs. 3v3. Bombs being planted by GGG. Got a flash coming through Justin backside, but it's going to be that double flank angle. No, not enough. Time to rotate as Day gets the kill. The GGG bomb is down, and they're crunching onto the competition. Stacks able to get the kill to Justin, but 2v2 doubling up towards that B main. Can they clear them out? Oh no, they don't clear them out.
Last player standing.
With the 3K as the first pistol, the second pistol, my apologies, on Sunset goes towards UBC Black.
Who are we to disobey?
Oh, that hurts to see. That hurts so bad. I'm pretty sure they both knew that there were two in the bank. And they just didn't respect. Like, that could have been... I mean, great on UBC, right? Great on UBC Black. Really nice round for themselves. They tucked themselves in corners, won it out. But that was winnable for Western if they just looked the other way. I think one looks left, one looks right. They didn't. It hurts. Hindsight 2020. Going into the next, you're up against the heavy artillery fire of UBC Black.
And we say on Valorant, you have to re-clear these angles. You can't not clear angles, and that's kind of the thing, especially with the space. But again, Recon going off the top mid side, but it's going to be a one looking for a second, but no, it's a trade out. Aether with some backup, and Naki is out the outlaw as the spike is on left on the top mid side. Justin holding it down with the stinger. But no, it's a 2v4. He got the utility to push them back a little bit more with the Sheriff and the Doggo kind of going for the long way around. Are they going to be aware? Yes, they are. Naki holding the angle down with an outlaw. Is going to make contact real soon, and that's going to be Doggo down. And Pivers in a 1v4. Can't he close it and clutch it through for Western Esports?
I mean, if we're watching this go down, you have to know that you're not really going to come out on top. All you need to find is one more frag. I think that's what you're looking for. And you can't find it. Naki was ready. And that means that Showstopper is yet again another charge closer to being stacked up. I believe that's 6 for them. Very comfortable in their current span. And 5, I do apologize. They've been very, very comfortable in their pacing so far. But this is where it changes yet again. We saw this exact same situation play out, and it was 2 rounds over to the side of Western. And
This is a nice
I mean, on their aggressive side, though, we just can't see them get too flustered. If we start seeing them get flustered, that's where we have a lot of questions. That's where we have a lot of doubts. For UBC Black, I mean, they're coming online. If they can start getting a roll, if they get 3 in a row here, 4 in a row, it could be huge steps forward.
Hesitation is definitely the killer of momentum, that is for sure, as Western Esports have been hesitating a little bit, but it looks like they're going to go for that take towards Marcus side door, and it's going to be a stun. Beautiful shot there, but it's not going to quite connect onto the raise. But with Shakal on the back line trying to hold back side, beautiful paint shells clear him through, and Stacks versus Shakal, can he spray him through? Beautiful blinds coming through in the strays. Pivers onto Pivers and Justin, and Pivers and Stacks onto Shakal as Day gets the secure kill onto Pivers, and bomb's gonna go down 3v2. Doggo knows where he is, gets the kill on today, and now it's a 1v3 situation. Once again, UBC Black cannot get clutched through with an outlaw.
I mean, maybe we see some crazy stuff, but hiding here in the corner is a whole other story. So far, though, it's been a good spot. I have to give credit to them. GGG will close it out. Very nice pick, and you make it somewhat even. And the reason I say that is, yet again, we're in that same situation. 7-8, a 2-1 start. This is Valorant. Ult up, though, for Day, which means you can pretty easily clear out a side if you wish, especially for retake value. So for UBC Black, if they wish, they could go ahead, give sight, look for a retake, you know, force a Hunter Siri, and then force a flush. out of the side of UBC, out of Western. But of course, it looks like they're
There.
going for a little bit more stalwart defensive. You can see them pushed up decently far into that A.
Fast, a lot of YouTube being thrown towards the aiming side, grabbing some information, but also grabbing that orb to charge up your showstopper. But that's going to be mid-control for the side of Western Esports. They're able to get a little bit more space, but the bomb is still down as they're not trying to kind of default. But yeah, again, with the Hunter Sphere, very useful. But, you know, on the other side, they're UBC Black as well are very close to, oh my god, Piver's beautiful opening pick on the day. But as I was saying, Western is really close to some other ults as well, so it still could be anyone's game. But with that opening pick on top mid, it's going to really open up their opportunities, as now the rest of UBC Black are scrambling to kind of pick up the pieces and pick up those lines of sight.
I like the slow walk, by the way. Just a very... We're creeping forward. We're taking this nice and slow. We learned our lesson from map 1. It's the appropriate call. Will it be enough? Into the corner they go. A Rob busting in the site first. It's a really scening one. They check all the corners, which is good. Something they didn't do before. Piver's waiting. Throws down the kill contract. Catches Aether, which is going to deter a lot more. He's swinging around the corner. It's an easy frag number 1. Gets a reset on the double tap. A Rob is able to throw out as well. Naki, though, brings a Rob to an absolute halt with that showstopper, but the double tap keeps Pivers alive. I don't think they were able to get the reset with a refresh, which means Justin gets that freebie. Now they're tagged into the corner, but GGG closes out, and we are back at stalemate. 8-8 in map number 2.
I mean, both teams are playing it very slow, but you know, the takeovers A main has been kind of where at the beginning of rounds a lot of action is happening. You're getting a lot of util being used, and it seems like on the side of, you know, Western Esports, they're really kind of respecting the util push from the A side. But I don't know, maybe they should respond in turn with their own util and try to get the picks, because they know UBC Black has been a really aggressive towards the aiming side. But yeah, both teams are playing smart, but again, this stalemate, both teams are very patient, and I do like that from them.
And it's smart to do, I think, at the end of the day. I think we are having another little tech pause here, which is no worries, but I mean, we have to give credit where credit is due. They made adjustments, and we can give credit to both squads. They have made the adjustments to play a little bit slower. Is it too slow? That's its own. We're taking a look at some of the replays, and we can see how interesting it's been overall, right? Some of these highlighting plays, especially with the kill contract, it's yielded so many really, really good results, but we still need to see the closeout. Honestly, I can't sit here and say who is going to take the victory at the end. Last time we went to triple OT, that was the call at the end of the game. This time around, both teams look very comfortable, but Pivers rounds the corner and says, I don't want to leave anything to the imagination. I want reality to reflect our victory.
That's gonna open it up again as they're pushing towards that B side, knowing fair well that the guns coming in from UC Black are less than good for firepower. At least the plant's gonna go down. GG get that plant down. It's a 5v4. Beautiful shots for Shakal. Oh my god, I'm getting just completely proved wrong right now. And the camp's gonna just find a little bit of information, trying to find tag, but not quite finding. It does spot out one towards that main side. As look at this flank coming through by Day, but with the trip, he knows the stack. Did Stack see him? But it's gonna be the shot coming through as Pivers gets 3, and GGG responds in turn as well, gets a kill into Aether in a 1v4 with the last person flanking. Pivers holding the angle right around the corner, and it's gonna be a 4K for Pivers as attackers pull through. Western Esports bring it back in their favor.
And in style as well. Remember what I said in the first half, where I was talking about the fact that that a Rob was consistently having to DPS at the end of the day, consistently having to find those like 1v1s or 1v2s at the end of the day. It was a little bit frustrating to watch, and I wanted to see them step up. I wanted to see them be able to start fragging out in their own. And maybe just what it took was being on the attacking side here on Sunset. Look a lot better. Pivers now at 20. First one up there has really stepped up this game. Even in backing map number 1, they did well. Now let's see if it continues. Guns in hand for the side of this Western squad. And on the flip, we're seeing the same. So UBC Black, a chance to turn things around and keep even. At a net 0 if they can win here, it'll be 9-9 tie.
Beautiful space being taken by UC Black, but with the Hunter's Fury is going to spot them out. But can he secure one day looking for it? But no, the kill contract to interrupt the Hunter's Fury 1v1 in the gulags was Pivers to come out on top. 4v5, Aether keeping away, trying to do a clean flank. But again, the bomb is not down. They're being collapsed on by UPC Black right now. Western Esports are going to have to make a move and make a move fast.
Yeah, this is... I don't know if the movements are going to be clean, though. It's going to be that call. Here it goes. Hunter's Fury coming out here. And where's it going to tag? Shakal still in the corner as Stacks made sure to clear it out. And GGG finds Justin.
Player standing.
The
tag of
timing.
Pivers rounds out on Aether. And it's the entirety of UC Black are getting close by wherever they walk. And for what feels like the first time in ages, we have a flawless round victory by Western.
Western are feeling nice after that one. Not only did you get a flawless round, but you also forcing UBC Black to burn their Hunter's Fury, which is such a useful and such a impactful ultimate there for the team. But yeah, that is going to cripple their economy as well. UBC Black are now having to go for a save here, while on the other side, Western Esports, they're looking pretty healthy on the econ, and they're also really close to some of these ultimates as well. You have one away from your Showstopper, one away from your Northath as well. So they're definitely, their options are definitely opening up as this round is going to happen. We got round 19 coming through, and can they pull it through? Can they bring it into our first 3-round differential for this map on Sunset?
I'm not holding my breath. There have been so many misnomers, so many anomalies around the corner as Rob somehow survives the paint shell and a half, has the showstopper out, needs to fire it off, does, but catch me before. Instead, walks right into Shakal and Day's hand. GG trying to make some mad happen, but Shakal and Day really throwing down here on the site. It was a hard rush that they were not ready for. GG Rob going to swing, looks to away, Stacks still alive, but they lost too many of the members, but is able to pick up 2Bs, looking for a third of the cannon. It's down to a 1v1. Who is going to find it? There is the neural. That's giving a lot of information, and everyone needs to breathe. Spike is still on the ground. Stacks waiting in the corner. And Aether, I think, has a semblance of an idea, but there was too much action. You can't be sure. 35 seconds. Aether is waiting. Footsteps have to be
30
made,
seconds
and
left.
Stacks is creeping their way out. Oh, you see the body, and you don't fire, which is such tricky. Just when you're gonna pick up that spike, and look around the corner, Stacks clutches up and puts Western on 11 in one of the most exhilarating rounds I've seen yet.
What an amazing opening, but what an amazing 1v1 holding by Beta Breath. The timing there was just so unfortunate. That's how did Shakal live for so long? Please, someone tell me. And that the sheriff's kill, so beautiful, opening that round up and upgrading to those rifles. That was so decisive. But now look at Shakal 2014 really showing what a absolute powerhouse he is for this team. But with the Northath available, you are able to really open it up. In 11 and 8, Western Esports are feeling real confident right now going into this round.
Yeah, this is... I mean, it's toughy all day long, but it would be... It's a test and a half. That's going to be Shakal this time with guns. Shutting down Pivers, which is such a huge pick. And this time, it's Shakal to bring that neural theft round, saying, yes, I have the info this time. I have the power. And I have your number. The entirety of UBC Black taking down Western. Yes, that plan is going to land. It's not. Make sure it's not too easy to be left in this corner. You don't like what's about to happen.
Spurs going through GG, just trying to isolate as many fights as possible, but no, it's going to be Aether to catch him off guard. Defenders win one. UBC Black are not allowing this. They're not gonna let this map go. You know, where this could be a potential another OT. I probably jinxed it. I think Orbital hates me now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not happy about not doing this. This is awesome. This is way different than what we saw before because this is so much more calculated, in my opinion. That's what makes me happy. It feels more calculated. It feels like teams are actively looking for these traces and trying to figure out where the opponents are. And even with that round win, I can almost foresee Western making those adjustments. Now they've flooded into that mid, like you were talking about, very high control over this mid point. But they push forward, they lose control of that B position, and that means it's a whole different story to watch for.
And with that presence being made towards the market side, they're gonna have to be aware of that B main push day. Hearing that drone, does he get spotted out? Taking his little time, but the trip saves and pivots, gets a kill into Shakal, but it's gonna be a 1v2 towards the side. What's a trade on GGG? Aether gets a kill into Rav in 3v3. Western Esports 1 round away from match point, or closer match point, and they're also 1 map away from securing this semi-finals series away from UBC Black. But look at this amount of spacing being taken. Do they know that Naki's on this elbow side? Naki swinging through, they don't know. She gets the pop down, but gets kind of caught completely off guard. Showstopper coming through, knows exactly where he is. But oh my god, the kill contract to come through! Pivers versus Naki is Pivers on top, and oh my god, an absolute cinema for Pivers, keeping this alive, and we're on to match point for Western Esports.
I want you to know exactly what went down. Pivers just pulled off a cinema moment. They were down at 3-3. They lost their spike planter, and Pivers took it upon themselves. Grabbed a kill at the end, or second to end, and said, hey, I know where you are last standing. Grabbed them in the kill contract, denied that showstopper, and Naki was such at a loss. That is the most pivotal round. That is soul-breaking mechanics. And UBC Black, they have to rebound here because they have to play these last 3 rounds perfectly if they want to reach OT.
Yeah, they're definitely, this is gonna be the true test, but Pivers opens it up again onto day 5v4 already. Double tap available, but it's gonna be the paint shots to try to put them back. But Pivers is gonna be scaling up towards the elbow side, trying to find something. We got the rolling thunder coming through. It's gonna be that push up from Naki. Naki gets a beautiful pick. The rolling thunder to push him back even more, but it's going to be a Rob with it's on. But Aether, beautiful trade to Naki again. 3v1, and it's going to be the defenders winning at UBC. They're bringing it back. They're coming for revenge in 12-10, 2 rounds away from OT. They're definitely going to have their work ahead of them.
Yeah, this is... I don't know what's going on. Yet again, Naki is pulling out some magic out of their hat along with Shakal. And even first bloods don't feel like they mean as much, if that makes sense. I mean, Pivers and Arav and GGG have all kind of stepped up to the plate there. They've all locked down a lot of these first kills, but the resounding positioning has been so awkward. We're seeing people get kind of caught out on the back end, someone overstepping and all, and it's just led to the weird positions. I have no other way to put it. As right now, when Rob is bouncing forward, saying, screw the positioning, I'm just going to put myself out in harm's way and gets taken down by day.
That's really going to slow down that push already. It's going to be that opening pick through, but now it's that B presence. Looks like they're trying to do it in A fake, but who is lying in wait? It's Shakal. They're parked on B, and they're not really kind of responding more for full rotate towards that A side. They're actually leaning towards that B. They have a little bit of information. They hear the drone coming through. They know that there is something, anything towards that B side. But then again, look at that rotate. Look at that rotate towards the A side, and it's going to be the boom bot from Naki to try to spot out some information.
I mean, they've only lost 1. Still very doable. And you can see, as you mentioned, if Naki is caught out, they are gone. But there comes the rotate as well. The rest of UBC Black feel like something is amiss. Falling back with the rest of the squad, leaning into the CT spawn. I gotta love this call. Really like it. UBC Black, they have all 5 up and available, but Sax was able to see Naki split. That is huge. Rivers as well, getting the 3 shots on Shakal, who had no idea where the shots were coming from. Out comes 100 series in response to another 100 series. Sax was ready with a shot, so when Justin is down, multiple smokes going out, plus a blinds, and the flashbangs are denying so much info. But there comes the girl attack. Sax is away though, as Day said, ha, gotcha buddy, but Damon even falls on Doggo and GGG, holds it out, and that is it. That is Western moving to the grand finals.
A match set point, but what an amazing series from both of these teams. They did their absolute best, but you really just gotta hand it to Western there. They went crazy, but can we talk about Pivers? 27-19. This kid, he's not only a shooter, but he knows when to use his util. And again, that second to last round, I gotta say, was one of the most thrilling rounds I've seen this entire night. And that really pulled them through. 13-10, close finish, but you got to hand Western Esports. They really pulled through. Got the win, and well deserved too.
Yeah, it got out of hand a little bit there, and that's why I was scared. You know, map number one, we mentioned how it's kind of getting out of control. And when you play that fast, there's a lot of question marks, like a lot of macros thrown out the window. It's running purely on almost like adrenaline and micro mechanics. So the slow down pace, even though it felt much slower, obviously it was, but I think it's a much more appropriate response now heading into the grand finals for Western. Very, very impressive. And I kind of question. I'm wondering, as you said, Pivers was good, but I also got to give huge props to Rob. All of these players were stepping up at large, and 29 rounds is what it took. 16-14 for map one. I mean, Z Lion, were you not entertained?
I mean, it was absolute cinema. I can't lie. Like both of it was this was an amazing series. I was very much, praying that it wouldn't be one of these like 13-5 or 13-4 kind of blowouts. But really, it really came down to the wire. Both this was really evenly matched. But unfortunately, Western just had the upper hand. I do think they did such a good job adapting to UBC's tactics, but also understanding spacing. They really took a lot of control throughout map. But also getting those opening picks as well was ever so pivotal for these round wins and for these map securing too. But yeah, again, that is going to be Western University moving on to our grand finals, and they're going to be going against Warriors Gold as UBC Black and SFU Crimson are being knocked into that lower bracket final for third place. And again, guys, what is on the line? There's money on the line, okay, Orbital? This is not some free to, this is not some like low $10 stuff. This is some real money that's going to go towards these teams, and they're looking to secure this win definitely for Western onto that finals position.
Yes, they are playing for a grand prize, and that prize wouldn't be there without the help of some of our amazing sponsors. I mentioned already Strawberry and Egg, as well as Solaris, but also BMO. BMO has been amazing so far and is currently running a contest for CIE participants right now. If you go ahead and want to enter, you could be entered into winning one of potentially five $20 digital Steam gift cards. All you have to do is type in !contest into the Twitch chat right now, and you can go ahead and fill out a form and meet with a BMO representative, and you'll go ahead and be entered. And I believe winners will be drawn at the end, and we'll be announcing those throughout. We have one more day of the CIE. Again, to give you a little bit more info about BMO, BMO has bank accounts and borrowing options available for university and college students, so go ahead and enter in today. Not only that, BMO Next Level is a Twitch channel and Discord server dedicated to helping you level up not only in-game, but also in your personal finances. Join Sean Frame, BMO's gaming relations specialist, as he plays through your favorite titles while giving detailed walkthroughs on financial topics that matter to you. You can go ahead and check them out and all their socials as well, through their link tree or on their socials all the way through. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can use BMONXTLVL. Once again, that's BMONXTLVL. Z Lion, any final words to say? Because we had fun here the entire time.
I mean, again, a repeat of what happened. Absolute cinema. I gotta shout out our lovely producer Konkorsky, to bring you guys that live replay angle. That's something new for CIE this year, and I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the upgrade in the production value right now for CIE. I'm really impressed, but also Machiavelli on that observing role. So definitely shout out to our lovely behind the scenes staff members too. And yeah, really exciting rounds. And me and Orbital will be casting the finals tomorrow. It's going to be at 6:30 EST. So make sure to keep 5:30 EST. So make sure to keep keep in line for that. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm definitely so excited for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good sign, but thank you to everyone who tuned in throughout the entirety of the week. CIE, the Canadian Intercollegiate Exhibition 2025 is coming to a close, but we got one more day, one more game, and also a creator variety showcase of a match coming to you tomorrow as well. Make sure to stay tuned to all of that in the morrow. Check out the socials as well to see if your favorite content creator made it into the charity match as well, and we'll see you all next time. See you all tomorrow, I should say.
Bye-bye. Take care.